本節目內主持人及嘉賓的言論純屬個人意見，並不代表本台立場。
Hi, welcome to the third and final segment of this episode of Boiling Point. In the previous two sections, we discussed the typhoon and its meaning for Hong Kong as well as Macau. And in this final 20 minutes, I want to think about or have a discussion with Julian about the protests that we've seen in the last week in Hong Kong, and there's two. Yesterday, the Hong Kong National Party submitted a letter to the US consulate, and I was there to observe and to take photos and to see what was happening. And earlier on Sunday was a very big protest.
About 16.
For the 16 who have been recently sentenced to jail. Okay, so that's what I want to discuss in this segment. So first of all, let's have a look at, I guess, operator, can you please show PIC 31? We'll discuss the Hong Kong National Party's protest first. So yeah, this was yesterday. I took this photo. You can see Andy, Chan Ho Tin, and Chapman. And there was a gentleman who a Western gentleman who I didn't know, who I met yesterday with his 18-month-old daughter. Operator, can you please show PIC B2? Thank you. And yeah, that's Andy handing over the letter to the US consulate staff. PIC B4, please, operator. Yeah, I think they're the consulate staff as well, the US consulate staff. PIC B6, please, operator. And yeah, they were the reporters, you know. So they had these, you know, metal, what do you call those things? Like metal barricades, like set up in an area where Andy Chan Ho Tin was standing with the other protesters.
Is that really necessary? I mean,
yeah, it did feel a bit over the top because there was only like maybe four or five protesters and about 40 cops. Operator, can you please show PIC B7? So this kind of shows you. I took this photo from behind the protesters, and you can see the photographers, the news people, the reporters.
And there were really lots of cops, lots of
there were. And one funny thing, there was this guy who kept on holding up a sign that said, "Pluto is a planet."
What a shit!
Operator, can you please show B9? Oh, sorry, B8.
B8.
Yeah, there's this guy. He was kind of following or trying to act as if he was one of the protesters of the Hong Kong National Party.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, and actually, I think I recognise him.
Maybe he's trying to make the whole scene silly.
I think he was trying to make a joke of the whole event. Operator, can you please show PIC a B9? And he had it in English and Chinese. Sorry, yeah, that PIC is the wrong way, but
he was trying to make the whole thing silly.
Yes, he was trying to take attention away or make Andy Chan Ho Tin's protest seem like, well, a sideshow. I mean, he was just trying to distract people from the event, I guess. But actually, I think I recognised him from maybe Umbrella or Guang Fuk, the Reclaim protests in 2015.
Okay. Most probably, maybe he's some kind of agent from Communist China, or maybe from cops.
Yeah, but yeah, probably just a low-level lackey without, just follows orders. Okay, so that's enough of that pick. Thanks, operator. So basically, well, yeah, that was yesterday, and it was a very, it was a small kind of event.
It's not even a protest. They're just trying to submit a letter.
Exactly, and what's interesting is that Andy Chan Ho Tin did that after the big rally on Sunday. An operator, can you please show pick B17? So this is from Sunday, right? And here's the Hong Kong Indigenous guys.
Yeah, we see the Ray Wong. It's
in sunglasses.
In sunglasses, holding banners.
Yeah, and it's been. I think it's interesting to note that the Hong Kong National Party didn't join this protest, but the Hong Kong Indigenous did. And one of the reasons why I think the Hong Kong National Party didn't join Sunday's protest, this one, was because it was for 16. Operator, can you please show B14?
B14 唔該。
So as you can see, this is like kind of the official sign of the protest and the official organisations behind
we
it.
see Long Hair's group.
Long Hair's group and
support group of the Northeast.
Yeah. So that's basically. The protest was in support of 16 people, and of course we know that there's many more than 16 people have been put into jail over the last
there's a lot more than that
few years. So, operator, sorry, can you please go back to a pick B11? So I think you can see the Hong Kong Indigenous guys were holding up the signs of the other people who are going through court or are already in jail, or who will go to jail over other protests.
And the signs are in English.
Yeah, and the signs were in English. Yeah.
They're trying to make this. They're trying to take this to an international level, obviously, which is good.
Yeah.
And Edward Leung was there.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see him in that photo. Yeah. Although I don't think he was actually did the march. He just seemed to turn up at the end point.
Okay.
Operator, can you please show B10?
B10唔該。So that's a long.
Yeah, so that's a list of maybe about 100 people.
A lot more than 16.
A lot more than 16. Yeah. So this issue of whether that protest should have been about more than just the 16 was the dividing issue for
maybe
some
those,
people.
I'm just trying to be honest. Maybe those 16 people are more closely related to maybe Long Hair's group or maybe
of course.
The lefties.
Of course. Operator, can you please show B15?
B15唔該 operator. Anthony Ho comes on.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
fishbowl. That's right. So that's another guy from the fishbowl revolution.
Yeah. Operator, can you please show B17? Oh, actually, we've seen that one. B18.
B18唔該.
Yeah.
So that's on the street when it's flooded with people.
So, and I think the day before this, or the evening before this protest, Lewis, our friend Lewis Lau, he made a Facebook post about this issue, and I think he got a lot of shares. So, I think this was a.
So that's all for the pictures, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's talk about the whole purpose of Chan Ho Tin and National Party handing that letter. What that was about is control panel 可以唔使掃張圖. I think we have to deliver the message. It's like the purpose of the whole thing. Because they're requesting the U.S. government to abolish the Hong Kong Policy Act, which was made in 1992. Back in the year 1992, it's like after the the June 4th massacre, and the U.S. government was trying to use that to give Hong Kong a special kind of give it kind of status, including political, economical, and everything. It's like treating Hong Kong as a different country.
Yeah,
from China. It's a totally different thing, and they're seeing Hong Kong as some kind of individual tariff region. And so that's why after the handover of Hong Kong, the Communist China is trying to use that because they think they're owning Hong Kong, right? They think that they can also be benefited from this Hong Kong Policy Act.
Yeah,
they're trying to enjoy the same kind of policies, the benefits that they're trying to use that to, for example, to raise capital for business, for Chinese business, and they're trying to do some kind of transfer of their assets, and they're trying to benefit from the relatively lower tariff rates. So Channel 10 is requesting that because they think that is a good way to punish Communist China if Communist China is trying to hit on the to suppress the freedom of various kind in Hong Kong. But there's some kind of saying that if the U.S. is abolishing everything, if it's taking it all back, maybe it's mainland China is going to mess with Hong Kong even more because the last kind of protection that the U.S. is providing for Hong Kong is gone because of the abolishment of this act. But
so if that act was abolished, it would mean that
Hong Kong is no longer special.
It would mean Hong Kong is just like part of China.
Yep.
In terms of yeah.
So that's why Channel 10 is requesting them to make another pact or another bill, whatever it is, which focus on hooking the status of the human rights and freedom levels of the Hong Kong people with the trading policies, everything.
Well, yeah, maybe in addition to abolishing that act, U.S. should launch a trade war against China.
Yeah, I think it's going with the bigger flow.
Well, I hope so. I hope there's some type of
because the U.S. is trying to use trade to control North Korea or to check on Chinese expansion.
Although unfortunately, I think there's not agreement on having a trade war with China. There's a lot of U.S. businesses and groups that stand to lose monetarily if there's a trade war, because the U.S. companies have so many factories in China, right?
So that depends on Donald Trump's new policies. They're trying to attract more people to come back to the U.S. to set up factories. I think they're lowering the taxes of when you're making money, you have to pay tax, right? They have lowered the tax rate from, I think, 35% to 15%. So it's already a good deal, and it takes time to to see the effects. And also Channel 10 made a comment. He said, he just shrugged and he said, when we see all these shits happening in Hong Kong, it's all made in China. It's all Communist China's fault. It's not our responsibility.
Yeah,
that's true. And without all these interferences, without all these suppression or even invasion to me, I think we don't need to do things like this.
There's one other thing that we should mention that we haven't, and that is today, the Court of Final Appeal
On YYChing's case?
Yeah, YYChing and Baggio's case.
It's a final no.
Yeah, so that was a no to being able to appeal, so they to the Court of Final Appeal.
So that means no more appeal, no more court cases.
But I'm not sure. You
lose.
Was this the case about them being kicked out, or a case about having to pay back the money? I'm not sure. Are they separate cases?
I have no idea. Maybe well, anyway, they're treating this as a whole package of thing. One package of thing. It's like they don't want any kind of Hong Kong independence symbol in the legislative council, in the government, whatever it is.
And YYChing said on her Facebook that there were lots of police there as well.
Lots of police.
And Chapman was there, I saw.
Are they going to arrest her for anything? I don't know.
Just, I guess, another intimidation. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if a government it's so afraid of people having more freedom, it's I mean, Hong Kong is becoming a place like North Korea. It's like we're having heavily armed police officers like everywhere. Hong Kong is becoming a police state.
Yeah, the increase in the militarization of the police.
I mean, come on, in
safety checks, or there's a lot more security checks.
Check the bags and everything.
Yeah.
Body search.
Yeah, it's random searches of people.
I mean, even for that peaceful letter handing over thing, it's like 1 to 10, right?
More than that, maybe 20 or 30 to 1 cops to protesters.
Fuck. So, well, that's I seriously hope that the US is keeping an eye on the situation.
I want to see a trade war. I think China has to be punished.
I would love to see that too.
And China's getting rich and powerful.
It's mutual beneficial
from trade. It's got to be an economic thing. Start it. There's no point letting China get richer and powerful.
Yeah, because with all this corruption, with all these invasion, it's having, well, its expansion has to be checked.
Yeah, and the longer people wait before it's initiated, the worse it will be. It's better like just to try and nip it in the bud, although of course that's impossible. It's huge now, but sooner the better.
Yep. So anyway, I think our time is up for this episode.
Yeah.
So see you guys next time. Stay tuned. Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.
經錯過我哋精彩嘅節目，而家上嚟呢個網址就可以訂閱晒我哋8大頻道，付費之後仲可以重溫晒所有精彩嘅節目。記得要訂閱我哋嘅 YouTube channel 同埋讚好我哋嘅 Facebook 專頁啊！